Halo Sobat Senopati, tonton terus di channel ini dan selalu saksikan update-update terbaru. Jangan lupa di like, di subscribe, dan tekan tombol loncengnya.
The second half of the lap, you can see from Jonathan Ray from this point on, this is where the track really does remind you of Assen and that closing stages of the lap. And this is one of the areas of the track where the riders were saying there was a little bit of a struggle through this area. There was a little bit of issues for some riders in the track conditions around here in the FP1. Down in towards the last couple of corners, down in towards turns 15 and 16, this is where Paul was really talking about. Doesn't look like you're going to make moves. I still think you're going to see moves into there, but it's going to be moves where it's just put the bike down the inside, absolutely block off all paths and try and use that to your advantage. It's not a natural overtaking opportunity.
It's a sort of classic supercross style down the inside and stop the other person on the racing line. I think you'll see a little bit of that through turn 16, a little doubt about that. Jonathan Ray just crossing the line with a new personal best for him on 1 minute 34.469, so that's less than a quarter of a second slower than Tom Razgatli, which bodes well. This is his teammate Alex Lowe's personal best for him as well. Now a 1 minute 35 flat, so not far away from joining the top 5 for all into the 1 minute 34s in this section.
Yeah, what's interesting for Ray is pretty much losing all that time in sector 1, matching Top Rack in sectors 2, 3 and 4, so he'll know that he needs to make a bit of time between turn 1 and down in towards turn 5, so that's where Kawasaki need to find a bit of a step forward. Lowe's in that sector as well, 0.3 of a second slower than Top Rack.
Razgatli looks set now to improve and underline that pace by putting in another similar lap. He's only 0.03 of a second down after 3 completed sectors. If he puts in a couple here in the 1 minute 34.2s, I think that proves the point, doesn't it?
Well, the point's already been proven by Top Rack. He got down to speed really quickly in free practice 1, willing to push it a little bit harder than some of the other riders this morning, and he's been able to get good information from both sessions.
It was incredible, 1,000th of a second down there. That's about as similar as you can get to his previous lap. I think that proves what I was saying. As far as Paul was saying that he was so confident when the low grip conditions, when it was slippery earlier on today, we heard from other riders in between the sessions who were talking about how slippery it was out there, and yet Top Rack was able to get down into the 1 minute 34.9s, which is roughly the pace of Scott Redding and Michael Rinaldi, who are 4th and 5th in this session when the track's rubbing into a much greater extent.
Yeah, I was asking Top Rack about how he trains and prepares, because obviously we've seen an awful lot on social media of him out there in an R3 racing around go-kart tracks with Keenan and the untuned brothers as well. And what Top Rack was saying was basically they go out there, they use the same tyres for a week of running and basically just rag everything. And he says by the end of the week you're trying to set the same times as you would on a new tyre, but it just helps you try and learn and understand how the bike moves around on community, how to adapt to it, how to make changes. And that's where we've seen in the low grip conditions, like Paul said, that's where Top Rack has an advantage over some other riders.
I had thought for a moment there you were just going to say, no, that's just for fun. Certainly likes to entertain himself, and I think Keenan got the bug back as well this season when he went out to practice himself.
Keenan, of course, was also out in action in Turkish 300 racing, where himself and Top Rack went out. Top Rack was at pains to say he was faster than Keenan in the 300 as well.
I think Top Rack is faster than Run at the moment. I don't think you've said this before. Few would argue if you said he's among the very top riders in the world at the moment.
Yeah, I think that there's no real question about it. He's done a great job. He's managed to make that package work around him as well. Obviously, we've seen the Yamaha really strong with Locatelli and Gerloff through the course this year. Even have to look at Chris Ponson as well. He's had some great performance. I think back to Catalunya finishing inside the top 9 in the Super Bowl race. It shows that the Yamaha package as a whole can work really well. Top Rack's just able to get the absolute most out of it.
Yes, he has been able to demonstrate that once again in free practice too. He leads the way on a 1 minute 34.230. Jonathan Ray just 0.2 of a second behind him. Andrea Locatelli best of the rest. Down to Anthony in pit lane.
Thanks, Alex. Down in the Aruba Ducati, both with Marcus and Marco. We've seen